Make game day yours. Tickets, food and drinks, stats, and streaming. Everything you need is in the Utah Mammoth app. Download today and make game night easy. Download on both Android and iPhone. Tusk Top.
Over 2 decades of sports radio dominance in Utah.
My favorite.
This is DJ and PK on 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone.
DJ and PK, it's 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. We are joined once again by Big T, Thurl Bailey. Big T, good morning.
DJ, PK, what's going on?
Darryn Peterson, making it look easy, looking smooth. When's that guy going to break a sweat?
Oh, how fabulous was that to watch if you're a Jazz fan? I mean, you come in with expectations. You know the kid is really good, but you're wondering if it translates. Now, you know, it is Summer League, but still I think he is so talented. I think it's just the tip of the iceberg. He looks comfortable out there, and I think when, you know, the more he gets that chemistry, you know, with the guys he's going to be spending the season with, we're going to see some more amazing things.
Yeah, for me, Thurl, probably unlike you with the NBA schedule, which you're not even sure what city you're in, what day of the week it is, you probably don't have a lot of time to watch as much college basketball as we do. I got a Wooden Award vote, too, so I make sure I get all the top guys. So the point I'm making in watching him Saturday was nothing that I didn't already see several times. And I know he sat out a bunch, but he also played, too. And we can all just look at that BYU game in the first half, is that this is what this kid does. He does the difficult and makes it look easy. And because you know, Thurl, that I'm a benevolent guy and want to help out you and Bowler Jack, and you're looking for clever sayings, here's the deal. When he's scoring and...
Oh, boy.
Thurl, you don't even do this 5 days a week, but you react as quickly as I do. That was well done.
That was good. I got to give it to you. When he's scoring so effortlessly and repeatedly, here's what I want you to say. That is another wash, rinse, and deep-heat.
Crickets.
Crickets screaming loudly because it was so good. Wash, rinse, and deep heat.
I'll pass that along to Bowler. And see if,
hey, what a good teammate.
Yeah. Assist.
This guy can make the difficult look so natural. It's so impressive.
It is impressive, and you always wonder because these kids are so young coming out of college. You're always wondering if that really can translate through a whole season. And when I think back as a rookie coming out of college, it was a transition for me. You know, I think it's a transition for any of these players, regardless of how good they are. It's going to be a transition for them. So the expectations for Darryn Peterson are really high. I think he's going to live up to most of them. But, you know, we still have to kind of come down to earth and say, yeah, we know he's talented, but the idea is how is he going to be able to adjust and fit when it all really counts? And there's no question he can play. He's going to be great. It's just a matter of how consistent can he be every single night, and can he withstand everything that comes with a regular season.
Obviously, right now, when he's beating his man and getting the layups in the Huntsman Center, you know, as a 6'10 center or 6'11 center who maybe doesn't jump that well trying to block his shot, as opposed to somebody who's 7'1 or 7'2, ridiculously long and a heck of an athlete. So things are going to get harder. Maybe some of the things he struggled at will be a little better. 8 turnovers is too many. if you were advising him, which you won't because they've got a coach and about 10 assistant coaches and 10 development guys, so there's plenty of people to advise him. But what would you say as far as cutting down on the turnovers? Because obviously that has to happen.
Yeah, I'm not even sure that one game is really enough. I mean, it's that first game, and you're trying to get comfortable with everything. Really aren't going to be the guys that you're, and who knows position-wise and where Coach Will Hardy's going to
That's what I was getting at. Yep.
Put him right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that was the Jazz's biggest problem in the last couple of years. Look, I know we were rebuilding, but still, you got to take care of the basketball. You got to find a way to cut down on that and up your defense and up your possession. So, yeah, I mean, that's going to come. I think that's going to be one of the number one things, the messages that not just him, but all those guys are going to get is that every possession is important. And so you're not going to be error-free, but if you can minimize those, he's definitely going to get that message. And he already knows that. So let's see how he does tonight.
How much can you improve your game as a player, and you went through this, during the season as opposed to the summers? Does the summer matter more when it comes to individual improvement?
I think it matters. It depends on, one, what you're working on, I think. I always go back to Coach Will Hardy's conversation with Walker during the summer. Don't come to me with 10 things. Mm-hmm. Just come with 3. Right? Let's come with 3, and let's talk about improving and working on those during the summer. Now, I think it's very important individually to a player to put the work in the summer. But what I do like is the fact that a lot of these players are committing now to be together and developing in the summer together, not just individually. So yeah, it's important, but the development part is really priority for all these teams, including the Jazz. I mean, they've got a great developmental program. These coaches, each player has a coach or two that works on specific things that they want to see them work on based on what the game plan is going to be for the Jazz. So, yeah, that summer is vital. It's vital because if you don't work on your game during that time, you can't make up for that time, and you can't expect to do it during the course, like you mentioned, PK, during the course of the season. There's just too much going on.
What are the Jazz? Well, that's probably not it. We know what the Jazz are going to do at center. I guess I'm expecting, what are your expectations for these guys at center? Nurkic and Hayes and maybe a little bit of Jackson as well at center. What do you think of that position? You good with that? I mean, you can't pay everybody, I suppose. What do you think?
Well, assuming nothing else is going to happen in that position, Nurk, as I think you would agree, he's capable. He's a capable center. He's not a rim protector per se. The guy can set screens better than anybody in the league. He can get you open. He can stretch the floor, he's shown. I think the question is, you can't put all of that load on Nurk. And, Jackson Hayes he's got to prove himself. But, yeah, I mean, you're interchangeable, though. You can put Tripp at center, right? You got size. Tripp's a great rim protector, right? He's proven that from, being Defensive Player of the Year accolades. So we're going to be big, and it's going to take a collective effort. Without Walker, obviously you lose some of that, but I think you're talented enough where, one, your guards have to be better at on-the-ball defense. But when you're talking about bigs, we're going to have size. It's a matter of the responsibility of guys to protect that paint.
I was surprised that when you guys had Will on during the in-game interview, he really pumped up Hinson to make it sound like he was going to have a definite role on this team. Talked about obviously how he's lost some weight, and he had was a snapshot, but he was impressive in his snapshot with the Jazz. What did you take away from that interview? Because it surprised me, as I say, that he was so complimentary of him.
Well, he was really complimentary of him this past season. But even more so, I think, because of the work, as we just talked about, that Blake put in during the summer. Right? When you put in that kind of work, when you say, I gotta muscle up, I gotta lose a little bit of weight and come back ready because I'm trying to secure a job, I'm trying to get a position, I'm trying to get paid.
Yeah.
Right? So, I think Will was very high on him last year, but I think because of that work and because of what I think Blake can bring to this team, because you've got pretty much the anchors of the team set. You've got the guys who are going to get the minutes, but who are going to be those other guys who are going to come in and make the difference, hit those corner threes, come in and give your starters a rest and still be physical. So I think Blake has the potential of being one of those.
I counted 14 roster spots. So when I heard that interview, I was thinking, well, Hinson's 15 then. There's a battle for 15. I see 14 people under contract. And to your point, there could still be moves. So who knows?
Yeah.
You could trade 2 players to get one back and open a roster spot. Somebody really good becomes available and, they're having talks and something happens. But as it stands right now, there are 14. So there's a spot. And when I heard that, I thought, well, maybe we know who guy 15 is now.
Well, even within that 15, there's a battle for minutes.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah, that too.
And so, you can be 13 or 12, 11 through 15, and you got to prove it. You got to prove that you belong out there on the floor because at any time you could fall deeper into that bench. I got to say that I know it's Summer League, but Cody Williams was impressive. And so those guys this is an important year for several players.
Yeah.
And so
critical.
Yeah, very, very critical. So, yeah, you're right. I mean, it's about trying to cement your way, not just onto that bench, but onto the floor.
I think Cody is right where Keontae was a year ago in a lot of respects. I think certainly the analogy that David Locke used, there's 3 doors. There's a door that Cody walks through.
Let's make a deal?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where he ends up in the rotation. Like he's a guy, right? That's one door. There's door number 2, kind of the middle ground where he's on the roster, but maybe the role isn't as big. And there's door number 3 where 1 year from today, Cody Williams is not on the Jazz roster. He's gone. He's making $6 million, have an option for $7.6 next year, and they might need that money to sign Keontae George. You can make a strong case they will, unless he plays himself into a role where it's like, well, now we got to find 15 or 20 or 30 million bucks for Cody Williams because he's just that good. And it's all out there. It could go any direction, and obviously Keontae George got the best version of his story last year. And now we'll just have to see what Cody does.
Yeah, and all those things you talked about, Cody knows, and I think that's why we saw in the game the other night that he's making a statement. He wants to be decisive, and so I really enjoyed watching him play. Had some dynamic plays, but his decision making to me was outstanding, and really, Coach talked about Coach Wojo. We interviewed him the day of the game, and he talked about Cody hanging his hat on the defensive end. That's where it starts for him. But his decision making on the offensive end isn't about making or missing shots. It's about the types of shots that he's going to decide to take. And so I was impressed.
I got another one for you, Thurl.
Oh boy.
You've watched It's a Wonderful Life, haven't you?
Yep.
Yeah. And the lead character is George Bailey, right?
George Bailey, yeah, Uncle Bailey.
So, yeah, there you go. So next year, when Keontae George and Ace Bailey, when they really are in sync, in concert together, you could say, yep, George Bailey, it's a wonderful backcourt.
Ooh. Okay.
All right, 1 for 2, PK. You had a little nubber up the line to the first baseman.
That'll
for
get
an
me
easy
in the
out.
Hall of Fame.
Hey,
But I think you just drove one into the gap right there. Extra bases. Let's see the wheels, PK.
I don't hate that one as much as I did the first one.
He was warming up.
Hey, you don't have hate in your heart, Thurl. Come on, you're Thurl Bailey.
You guys are something else.
All right, Big T, Thurl Bailey. You know him on Jazz broadcast, but if I learned anything doing 5 years of pregame, halftime, and postgame, it's that Big T is always on the phone. He's always got another idea on the side guy. There's another project. The sprinklers with the fertilizer built in, that was something. You cashed in on that. Now you got Thurl Bailey's Jam Fest. You got a 3-on-3 street ball basketball tournament coming up Saturday, August 29th in Sandy. You want to tell folks about that?
Absolutely. This is our third season, and it's growing every year. We had about 200 teams last season. Youth divisions for boys and girls, 8 to 18. Adult divisions, I expect to see you guys throw in a team. And all kind of contests, man.
It's a lousy backcourt.
Well, we've got a bunch of contests. We've got 1v1 King of the Court, which is new this year, and it's fun to watch. Guys just go out and compete. You can go to jamfestutah.com, and we just have a lot of fun. You know, the younger generation is starting to learn about what outdoor street basketball is about, and they love it. So you mentioned it, August 29th. It's right on the Sandy Promenade north of the shops of Southtown Mall. So go get your team, sign up, bring your game.
Jamfestutah.com. I'm sure this third edition will be fantastic. I got one more division for you for your fourth one. Are you ready? Normally I don't give these ideas away, but because you're Big T Thurl Bailey, I'm just going to trade this to you for future considerations, okay? We'll figure it out in the future. Next year, you need a division that's labeled the Century Division. And this is so that the multi-generations can play together. And anytime the three people on the court, their ages have to add up to 100. So you could put a dad out there with two kids. You could get college buddies who are, 33, 34, 35 years old. You could make it work. And then you got to play the matchups. So look at adding a Century Division. And to be honest, I'm ripping this off from the Overline softball tournament. They did it down in San Diego when I was a kid, and it was wildly popular, because it does enable friends and family of different generations to play together, and it gets to be kind of strategic, and it's fun. So it's just one more way for people to compete and build the camaraderie.
I like how you guys are throwing me a lot of ideas today. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's interesting.
Well, this is your third one, so you will have a fourth one. So that will be wash, rinse, and depeat.
Oh, boy. Are we done?
I think we are. Register now at jamfestutah.com. $165 per team. Saturday, August 29th in Sandy. 3 to 5 players per team. You can have a couple subs. They got youth divisions for boys and girls, 8 to 18. Adult divisions for men and women, but they don't have the geezer divisions yet. We'll look forward to that in the future. The Century Division. Think about it, Thurl. You're going to like it.
Oh, the wheels are spinning right now.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Thurl. We'll talk to you.
All right, guys.
All right,
Bye-bye.
Big T, Thurl Bailey. There you go. DJ and PK, it's 97.5, the KSL Sports Zone. When we come back, everything you missed in this show next. Stay with us.